The purpose of this presentation is to introduce Growth River. If you intend to participate in a Growth River strategic alignment meeting, this presentation will also tell you what's going to go on in that meeting and how to prepare. At Growth River, we're in the business of applying the Growth River OS, which is a practical methodology for creating effective organizational cultures and system of roles that make winning business models sustainable. If you're an executive with experience, you probably know that you can have the ideal strategy, but without the right organizational culture or system of roles, pursuing that strategy is probably impossible. Just like software runs on a computer, the Growth River OS is socialware. It runs on the system of roles within a business to accelerate business growth. Growth River offers the following services. We facilitate strategic alignment meetings and performance review meetings. Often in the context of those meetings, leaders are asked to play new roles or teams are asked to operate in new ways. So we provide leadership and business coaching. We also provide data collection and performance analysis in support of leadership coaching and our meetings. And then Growth River has a community of practitioners. Those are former clients or consultants who are applying the Growth River operating system, and we provide training and support to that community. The typical reasons for business leaders and teams to use Growth River include offsites, quarterly performance reviews, to help new leaders and new teams align, to help resolve stalled business growth, or to manage fast business growth, to help manage business complexity, and for post-merger or acquisition integration. At Growth River, we've proven that business evolution and growth can be accelerated by providing teams with a shared operating system, by holding regular meetings to align leadership teams around how they're going to accelerate business evolution and growth, by defining a complete and clear system of roles that divides the complexity of an organization into discrete perspectives and contexts, by coaching leaders to apply data with context thinking to resolve primary constraints, and by leveraging the naturally occurring conflict among roles as a source of innovation. The typical strategic alignment meeting agenda is as follows. First, we have a pre-meeting, an introduction meeting, which is in essence this presentation. We then collect data through interviews. We create an enterprise map and an assessment report. And then we put together an agenda for a meeting, which we review with the team leader. Then we hold an alignment meeting, which is typically 2 days. During the meeting, we kick off the meeting, then we review the data that we've collected, and we use that data to set meeting priorities. And then we go deeper wherever the data points. So we'll look at the ways of thinking and acting of a senior leadership team, in other words, the culture. We'll go deeper into the system of roles and protocols, systems of strategies, and workflows. And then we finish the meeting by clarifying commitments, clarifying next steps, and we close the meeting. Post-meeting, we provide leadership and execution coaching, and typically there's a reassessment meeting, which follows 3 to 5 months later. Most organizations need to have multiple alignment meetings. Sometimes it is not until the second alignment meeting that a team truly aligns once they come to terms with whether or not they've kept their commitments from their first meeting. So, to prepare for a strategic alignment meeting, first read through the question set that we'll give you ahead of time. Review the enterprise map or any other information that we'll send you beforehand. Convey your responses, your questions and your concerns during a 60 to 90 minute interview that you'll have with one of our consultants. And then our consultants will take your responses or pieces of the puzzle and combine them with those from your colleagues to provide an overall picture. And this picture will enable us to set our agenda for the meeting and to identify and address the primary constraints to growth and evolution in your organization. Here are some of the things that clients have said about working with Growth River. Randy Jordan said that since working with Growth River, he's been able to improve the crispness of the decision-making in his organization. And I love this line, now the organization is able to run into the storm rather than try to steer away from it. Stacy Holland talked about how Growth River's terms resonated with her. and how this approach was able to pretty quickly diagnose some of the neuroses of their organization. Marty Rosenberg of Ethos Partners pointed out that Growth River doesn't tell us what our strategic direction is. They help us think in a strategic way. And Paul Taylor talked about how this approach is very straightforward, that we're not going to introduce a lot of consultant speak, and that the focus is going to be on doing what makes sense.